Ah, the love triangle. It is such a consistent plot point in Kdramas by now that it's virtually impossible to avoid. But sometimes this trope can be pretty tiring to watch, especially when we have to witness handsome oppas sobbing as their hearts get broken. So if you are sick of these much-dreaded triangles, today's list is for you, because here are 5 K-dramas where the trope is completely irrelevant. Number 1. Run On. Of course, first on the list is Run On, which tells the tale of healthy relationships and no heartbreak. The drama tells the tale of 4 connected individuals, each with their own personalities and dreams. They cross paths in the most unique and unexpected way, making the audience hooked on their distinct love story. First, we have Ki Sun-kyum and Oh Mi-ju, the series' opposite attracts couple, and also the highlight of the show. Sun-kyum comes from a wealthy family and is basically a celebrity. That's why he's good at keeping his composure, and knows not to make a scene with the press following his every move. Honestly, the guy is so chill that even having a gun on his hand doesn't faze him. Until his world collides with Mi-ju, the female lead. Contrary to Sun-kyum's calm personality, Mi-ju is a short-tempered translator-to-be. She is jaded and willing to fight for what she wants, disregarding her appearance. And slowly but surely, we get to see different sides to this unlikely couple, and a healthy yet intimate relationship starts to develop. On the side, we have a second lead couple with quite the dynamic. There's Dana, a successful yet weary woman, still longing for her past dream of playing soccer. She's in a completely different world from Young-kwa, who is young, poor, hopeful, and yet full of insecurities. Their relationship is like a constant push and pull, with Young-kwan soon approaching Dana, while she's scared as her walls slowly start to crack. But in the end, Dana still finds herself giving into Young-kwa's embrace. But let's be honest, who could say no to an annoyingly radiant younger boy and his warm hugs? Run On may not be filled with exciting events, but it is gentle, healthy, and fit after a stressful day. Of course, the 2 relationships are not completely smooth sailing, but things worked out, making them both realistic and pretty ideal. Number 2. Goblin. While Run On is a normal story about normal people, Goblin introduced a love triangle-free romance with fantasy elements. But what created the series' success is its 2 very iconic couples, between the Goblin and high school student Un-tak, and between the Grim Reaper and the restaurant owner Sunny. At first glance, both of these love stories are pretty funny to watch. The Goblin is a bit flustered at Un-tak's wild antics, who calls him every time she wants to. And yet, he can't help but give in to her whims. Because, let's be real, who could resist Kim Go-eun's eye smiles? Meanwhile, the Grim Reaper is in full awkward mode around the beautiful Sunny. He stutters, couldn't do anything properly, and panicked whenever around her. It is even funnier to see the petty childlike fights between the Goblin and the Reaper, who were forced to stay in the same house due to ironic circumstances. This is not all to their relationship, though, and as the series progressed, we found out that the connection between the 4 had started ages ago. Un-tak is the bride of the Goblin, and thus is blessed with the ability to see spirits. Although her power is the source of her sufferings, she does not give up on her smile. It was her positive nature that eventually tore down the Goblin's barrier, and activated his awkward but protective boyfriend vibe that keeps us wanting more. Meanwhile, the Reaper and Sunny's relationship was a bit more bitter, and the Reaper shed tears the first time he saw Sunny. It was pretty hilarious to watch the 2, and yet their bittersweet end has a flavor of its own. So, if you want to avoid a love triangle and are ready for both tears and laughter at the same time, Goblin is a must-watch for you. Number 3. Are You Human Too? Next on the list is a science fiction story that takes a new route in exploring romance. Are You Human Too? Starts with the birth of a human-like artificial intelligence named Namshin-il. It is the work of Laura, an AI expert who was grieving after being separated from her son, Namshin. To secure her son's position as the next heir of PK Group, she makes Namshin-il take on the role of her real son, leading him into an unexpected romance with his bodyguard, Kang So-bong. Both Namshin-il and So-bong share the pain of not being wanted and loved by their mothers. And it was this mutual understanding that enabled the 2 to open up and heal each other. Are You Human Too is a classic slow burn and simple love story that withstands difficult times and dangerous situations. Yes, it is a unique relationship between a human and an AI, but, well, love knows no boundaries. Sure, there are some attempts of sabotage to our main couple, but none amount to an actual love triangle. The original Namshin even pokes fun at the relationship, only taunting the couple because he's insecure in his own ways. The second female lead, So Ye-na, is not actually in love with Nam Shin-il, but rather just wants acceptance. While Are You Human Too is not a completely new trope, it explores romance from a genuine and unproblematic perspective. It focuses on people's problems and other things to root for outside of romance. Number 4. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim? What is a romance without kissing scenes? An eye-averting, 300 million view, racy kissing scene nonetheless. What's Wrong with Secretary Kim is another drama that leaves out the needless fuss of a love triangle and focuses more on the romantic progression of the main couple. The drama unfolds when Kim Mi-so, secretary to Lee Young-jun, vice president of the corporation Yumyeon Group, decides that she wants to quit her job and settle down. And its plot was simple enough. The romance takes up most of the series. And the comedy was fun to watch. There was this childhood kidnapping incident that bonds the couple, but it hardly takes the spotlight. Our favorite couple started with Young-jun mistakenly thinking Mi-so likes him, when Mi-so feels like she had had enough. But after an incomplete kiss, a romance started to blossom. And as the couple spends more time together outside of the workplace for once, they begin to grow closer. And of course, fall in love. Overall, What's Wrong with Secretary Kim is pretty lighthearted, healthy, and without any love triangle gimmick nor sabotage. Even the rich mom in the series is not that evil this time. In fact, Young-jun's mother is so fond of Mi-so that she almost bought an entire mall for her future daughter-in-law. There's also a second lead couple who are hilarious in their own way. So really, if you want something not too complicated, consider this series. Now, before we get into today's final entry, here are some honorable mentions. Her private life. No love triangle whatsoever. And you may even find the female lead's fangirl life relatable. Crash Landing on You. There may be some complications at first, but it's settled with 2 interesting couples. Descendants of the Sun. A classic no love triangle series that once wrecked Asia. Splash Splash Love. Short and sweet, with only 2 episodes and booming chemistry. Queen and Hyun's Man. There's an ex that appeared for a while, but no distractions. And finally, we have number 5, School 2017. Let's conclude today's lead with an all-time favorite genre, school romance. And our representative is none other than School 2017. Like others in the school series, we are introduced to 2 handsome male characters. But no worries. No hearts are broken, and we get to know who gets the girl pretty early on. Despite a continuing theme of youth life and their struggles, School 2017 is not at all a complex story. On the contrary, romance is the spotlight, and we get to see the awkwardness and reservation that defines young love. Our main couple is super innocent and pure, sneaking romantic gazes under the rain like true high schoolers. The series' love line is pretty straightforward. The female lead Eun-ho and the male lead Tae-woon worked on their feelings early on, and are upfront to each other about them. There's no back and forths, no love me or love me not, just a straight up I love you. And we have for ourselves a lovely couple with endearing moments. Moreover, the romance does not solely focus on the love part, but also shows the often forgotten side of growing. Eun-ho has the dream of becoming a webtoon artist, and Tae-woon is the supporting boyfriend who always helps her to achieve her goal. His words of encouragement just feel sweet like honey, and shows how supportive he really is. The series also blesses us with the romance between schoolteacher Shim Kang-myung and police officer Han Soo-ji. It adds a mature element to the storyline, and leaves a piece of enjoyment for older viewers who have grown out of the high school phase. Moreover, it is the care and gentleness of Kang-myung that paints a humane side to the oppressive school life. The way he treats students, bad or good, really makes him a venerable teacher, and worthy of love. And that's our list. Do you prefer K-dramas with or without love triangles? Do you have any other series that you would add to this list? Just comment your opinion down below. And if you want more videos like this, like, share, and subscribe to Bbalidrama. We'll come back soon. See ya!